garden, and the garden had a high wall surrounded on it because it belonged to an enchantress. And one day, the wife was looking out of the window, and she saw some rampion, and she really, really wanted some, and so her husband went down to get her some, and then the next day she longed for it 3 times as much, and he went down again, and he was scared because he saw the enchantress before him, and she said to give her the baby that the wife was going to bring into the world, and then Terry consented to everything, and on that night the enchantress appeared before the women, took the baby, gave it the name Rapunzel, and took it away with her. And when she was 12, she locked Rapunzel up in a tower, and Rapunzel was really pretty. And one day, it came to pass that the young king's son was coming by, and he heard Rapunzel singing, and he looked for the door of the tower, but there wasn't any. And one day, while he was standing behind a tree, he saw the enchantress come up and say, "Rapunzel, let down your hair to me." And Rapunzel had really, really long hair, which was 20 ells down. And she climbed up, and the prince thought that's how he would get up. So he, the next day, he came and said, "Rapunzel, Rapunzel, let down your hair to me." She let the hair down, and she was a little scared at first, but then the prince began to talk to her like a friend, and and then they started to like each other, and he said, "I'll bring a piece of felt every time I come, and you can make a ladder so you can get down, and then we can go back to my palace." And then and the witch remarked nothing of this, but then one day the Rapunzel said to the witch, "Tell me, Gothel, how is it that you are so heavier than the young king's son? He is with me in a moment." And then the witch said, "You've deceived me." And then in her anger, she threw Rapunzel to a desert, and she lived in great grief. But that day, the prince came along, and the witch cut off Rapunzel's hair. And then one day the king's son came again, and he said, "Rapunzel, Rapunzel, let down your hair to me." And the witch let the hair down, but instead of finding his dearest Rapunzel, he found the witch. And the witch pushed him off, and his eyes got scratched, and he was blinded by the thorns. And then he wandered quite blind until he came to the place where Rapunzel was. And Rapunzel lived in great grief with the 2 twins she had given birth to, a boy and a girl. And the prince heard a song that was so familiar to him, he came near to it, and 2 tears from Rapunzel wetted his eyes, and he could see again. And then they went to the prince's castle, and lived happily ever after.
Good job. Would you please explain the scene that you chose for your diorama?
So, this is Rapunzel. Now, I did the scene where she was singing because we couldn't find the witch because we got her and then we lost her. So she was singing, and then here's like the forest, and yeah.
Very good. Any questions for Olivia?
Eliana.
How long did it take to make the tower?
Like a day.
A lot of burnt fingers.
Yeah, a lot. Greta?
What did you make the forest like greenery and flowers out of?
I just took them from my yard. Matilda?
What did you make the tower out of?
I took rocks and I hot glued them to cardboard.
Good. One more question.
Josephine?
So how did you make the hair?
So I just took string and then I took like 5 strands and I braided it together. And then we put it on her head.
Give her another round of applause. Good job, Olivia. Thank you. Levi, will you please bring yours to the front?